me just give a quick introduction to the team. We're the Duke Rewards and event attendance team. I led this team this summer. It was a pleasure working with them. I just wanted to say that our team was a little unique in terms of our project, where we didn't do greenfield development. We didn't start from scratch. We built on previously existing code base, which is more so representative of the real world. The team did a great job, and I'll let them take it over and show you the progress they made and the awesome work they did.
Awesome. Thanks, Flavian. Yeah, so we're the Duke Rewards team. We're very excited to kind of show you how we've progressed in the last few weeks since we've last talked. So again, just like Flavian mentioned, we wanted to set out a reminder that we are unique in that way, that we were lucky enough to, be able to pick off where a team last year left off, which led to its own unique challenges and opportunities, which we'll talk about more as the presentation continues. But first, let's introduce the team. I'm Colin Birkenstock. I'm a rising junior, and I'm double majoring in computer science and political science.
I'm Jennifer. I'm a rising junior, and I'm majoring in CS and stats.
Hey everyone, I'm Edison. I'm a rising sophomore, and I'm going to be double majoring in mechanical engineering and computer science.
Hi, my name is Tamara. I'm a rising junior, and I'm majoring in CS and biology.
Hi, my name is Beatrice. I'm a rising senior, and I'm majoring in ECECS and minoring in linguistics.
Hi, my name is Catherine. I am a rising sophomore, and I will be majoring in computer science. Next, I will be introducing our stakeholders. Our biggest stakeholder is Duke Athletic Department, with several other stakeholders, including the Duke OIT. We also have Transact Campus as a stakeholder, as well as the supplier of APIs. Lastly, we have the Office of Scientific Integrity as our interested stakeholder. After discussing with our stakeholders, we have decided the three main problems we're about to solve, or our goals we're about to achieve. First, we want to not only increase attendance, but also student engagement and participation to these events. Moreover, we hope to foster a sense of school pride and community by creating motivation for events attendance. Therefore, the main goal of our app is to help students to keep track of various campus events, as well as motivate students to participate in these events by turning their attendances into actual benefits. Our solution to the problems is that we created an iOS app on top of the previous Duke Rewards app. Users will have the option to check into the events which they attend, earn points, and redeem for points for certain prizes. We have also updated the leaderboard function, which allows students to see where they're ranked in terms of points and who the top ranked students are.
Okay, awesome. To give you all a little more clear understanding of how exactly the app functions, we'll show you this demo.
Duke Rewards is an iOS app which aims to incentivize the students' attendance of athletic events. Users will be able to attend events, earn points, and reap for benefits. This summer, our team has upgraded the app to bring a better user experience.
When you first open the app, you'll be prompted to log in through Duke Shibboleth. If it's your first time using the app, a profile with your Duke credentials is automatically created for you. Head to your profile to see your details and upload a profile picture. After logging in, you'll see the events page. This is where you can see what events are happening on campus, where and when they're happening, and how many points you can earn for attending them. You can sort, filter, and bookmark events to easily see only the events you might want to attend. Once you've decided to attend an event, simply show up to the location, find the event in the app, and hit check-in. Now you can stay at the event for as long as you wish, as you will be automatically checked out either when you leave the event location or when the event ends, whichever comes first. Points will be awarded based on how long you stay. For events that do not use location tracking, for example, online events, you will be prompted to scan a QR code upon check-in. This will be provided by the event host.
After earning points from events you've attended, you can go to the redeem page where you can see all the available rewards you can redeem using the points you've accumulated. Each reward shows you where you can redeem it, when it expires, and how many points you need to redeem it. Clicking on a reward will give you a greater description of the reward and also allow you to redeem it if you have enough points. On the main page, you can favorite any reward you want and come back to it later. You can also sort and filter as needed to find a reward that you're looking for.
If you want to see where you stack up against the rest, make sure to check out the rankings page, which shows you how many points you have compared to the average user as well as the #1 user on the app. Directly below that, you can see how close you are to being able to redeem some of the rewards that are currently available. Finally, at the bottom we have the leaderboard, which displays your position at the very top for ease of access, and then the rest of the leaderboard so you can see how your friends are faring too. Don't worry though, if you prefer to stay off the public leaderboard, you can remove yourself from within the privacy settings of the app. Simply click the menu button, Settings, Privacy, and then Disable Appear on the public leaderboard, and you're good.
This is the Duke Rewards web app, where admin can easily manage data on backend for the iOS app. When you click to add an event, the event information will be loaded from the Duke Calendar API and the Athletics API. After submitting the form, the event details and QR code will be returned to the main page. You can also edit and remove events. We also added a users tab to show all the accounts that have been created from the mobile app, and it will show you the information for each user. For our web app, in addition to importing events from the Duke Events Calendar, we've integrated with the Sidearm API, which allows us to import events from Duke's Athletics and Sports Calendar. After selecting the event, you will be taken to a form that allows you to enter additional information before submitting the event. You will need to add event points here. You will also need to add the event size with this dropdown to select the radius for the event. If geofencing is not enabled for the event, you will select none. Moreover, once the building name is entered, the server will return the building's latitude and longitude coordinates, which will be used for the geofencing on the mobile app. The search bar has autocomplete search suggestions, so you can type the name of the building and click on the name you wish to select. After this, you can click Submit at the bottom and the event will be saved.
Awesome, okay.
All right, cool. So hopefully that demo gave you all a better understanding of how our app works and how to use it. Now we'd like to highlight some of the major improvements that we've made on last year's project. So for events this summer, we've completely revamped the attendance process. Previously, events could be checked into from anywhere at any time, provided there was a QR code to scan. We realized that for large events like football games, it would be inconvenient for thousands of attendees to have to scan a QR code. So we integrated geofencing using Apple's core location framework as an alternative method of attendance verification. Along with checking location, our app now also checks that the current time is close enough to the event time before allowing a user to check in. And lastly, for the checkout process, we've refined last year's implementation by checking out users either when they leave a geofenced region or when the event ends.
On top of that, we also added My Events functionality to the mobile app. So for admin, if you open up the menu view, it'll show a My Events tab, which it'll only show if it already identifies that you're an admin. And within that page, it'll show you the events that you personally created from the admin website. So they'll only be shown to you. And it looks pretty similar in format to the regular events list, but when you click it, it shows two buttons, show QR code or share QR code. So in case you're administrating the event, you can show people the QR code to scan so they can sign in, or you can share with other potential admin to show it to attendees. This is all just for ease of use. It's all done automatically for the admin's convenience. And then moving on to the leaderboard, we just wanted to show more about the differences between last year and this year. So on the left, you can see the leader or part of the rankings page from last year, and on the right is this year. Last year, it just showed a leaderboard with an option of choosing a button for your own personal information, which then brought you to this page, which showed you two different charts for the ratio of athletics to dining points you have. There were 4 tenets we kind of went off of to jump from that point to the leaderboard we have now. The first being we wanted it to be a little more competitive. So at first, you see your points versus average versus number 1, like we discussed in the video, and how close you are to redeeming rewards that you may be vying with other students for. And of course, the leaderboard at the bottom. The second tenet was we wanted it to be a little more user-centric. So instead of going to the rankings page, seeing leaderboard, and then having to click another button to see stats that are yours, once you click rankings on the new leaderboard, all of the stats are immediately relevant to you. The third is connection. Originally, the leaderboard showed usernames of people, which could be arbitrarily chosen. Once the profile was created, we figured that that would be a little less engaging to the Duke student body to just see kind of arbitrarily chosen names, and that people would rather kind of see their friends or other people they knew on the Duke campus. Of course, that leads to our fourth tenet, which is privacy. If you don't want to be shown publicly on the leaderboard, as we showed in the video, it's very easy to just turn on your privacy settings. If you do that, your score will still be calculated in the average, but there won't be any personally identifiable information on you on the leaderboard. And of course, you can still access it and see your own data.
To complete our project, we used many tools. We used the Swift programming language for our iOS app. We used the Ruby on Rails framework for the backend and for our web app. Other tools that we used include Insomnia, HTML, CSS, React, and also GitLab, which we use for our version control.
We've also integrated with various libraries and APIs to build out different features in the web app, including Sidearm, which we use to build out a repository of all the different athletics and sports events at Duke. The Duke events calendar, which we use to pull all the other events from health and wellness to training seminars, and Transact, which allowed us to process payments.
So some things we learned from this project are working in a large group for an extended period of time and the importance of communication, using version control with Git, and successfully merging and pushing code, and how to hold effective stand-up meetings on a daily basis. Some struggles we had to overcome were different bugs. For example, we dealt with a lot of problems with our authentication token for the web app expiring too quickly and not being refreshed properly, which stopped data from being loaded into the mobile app. Working together in different time zones was difficult too, especially if we wanted to meet or communicate multiple times throughout the day. Also, working on existing code was challenging because we had to fully understand the code before adding new things instead of just starting from scratch.
So looking ahead, the end goal for this app obviously is to go into production and end up on the App Store so that everyone at Duke can enjoy it. But there's still work to be done to get to that point. So first of all, as with all engineering projects, constantly taking feedback and suggestions from stakeholders is going to be key to making the best possible product. From a usability perspective, our stakeholders have expressed the need for more explicit UI decisions, For example, completely graying out the check-in buttons when a user is not eligible to check in for a certain event. They've also expressed the need for more dynamic admin features, such as being able to add events to the database in bulk. For example, adding all of the volleyball events for the year at once and assigning the same amount of points to all of them. User testing is also going to be important for discovering all of the remaining bugs and design flaws in our app. And lastly, in order to have this app become part of Duke's mobile app ecosystem, discussions need to happen with the people in charge of hosting events and the people providing funding for the rewards. And Duke OIT needs to oversee all of these to ensure that the product can actually move into production. Before we sign off, we just wanted to give another thanks to everyone who made this project possible. First, we'd want to thank our stakeholders again, Ryan, Dylan, and Megan from Duke Athletics, Paul and Kent from Duke Transact, and Kelsey from Duke's Office of Scientific Integrity. Next, we want to thank Noah, Harry, Sherry, and Aaron from Duke OIT for helping us with a lot of our coding problems. Thanks to Isabel and Jen, of course, the Code Plus directors, for making this amazing program happen. Thanks to Niam, our project mentor, for giving us advice on how to get the most out of our Code Plus experience. And last but certainly not least, we'd want to thank our project lead Falabian for being there every day to help us and give us support and guiding our way through this huge project. And to everyone in the audience, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our presentation, and we'd be open to any questions.
Wow, very impressive. I could see so many different uses for this. It's across campus and so many organizations. My mind's just reeling with how do you use like group management or, things like that to try to allow, like you were saying, allow different groups only to be able to sign up for specific events versus others not being able to. So, wow.
Yeah, I'm like you, Jen. I'm so impressed with the functionality that you guys added to this app. I did have a question about the specific rewards. Is athletics coming up with those individual rewards that are available so you can redeem your points? Like the smoothie and the hat and things like that. Is that all coming from athletics?
I think in previous years, dining was in the fold too. So I think we didn't explain this in the presentation actually, but the way it was set up when we inherited the project was that there are dining and athletic points and they're distinguished and you can use them to redeem different rewards. I think continuing from this point that we actually need to contact dining again. We know athletics is definitely in as the major stakeholder, but that would be like a policy thing that would need to be figured out.
Right. Thanks, Colin.
So Ryan, you're going to pony up and no, just putting you on the spot, just joking. All that athletic gear, basketball tickets. No.
Here's the first giveaway, the polo right here.
Sure.
Lightly worn. Yes, but honestly, as well as answer your question, it will the idea, the expectation on the athletic side is that we would come up with the rewards and we would do the redemption and handle that side of it, certainly, yes.
For the athletic programs, right?
Correct, yes. And then if there are other stakeholders as well that make use of the app, then that would, sort of be on them as to how they want to reward and redeem.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ryan, will Duke UNC tickets will be part of rewards?
Of course. Oh yeah, thousands of those available, especially this year, no question.
Any other questions for the team?
I just wanted to say great job as one of the stakeholders. I know it's really hard to step into a project that somebody else started, so I was really impressed with how they were able to fit that in and move forward with it. So I know that that's pretty hard. Also making an app that's not only useful to someone like me in an administrative role, but also the, athletics, a wide audience. That's also quite a challenge, I think. So I was impressed with the handling of all the different requests. Well done, you guys.
Thanks, Kelsey.
Yes, stepping into editing code that someone else has created is really advanced. That's something that, junior developers, it's very challenging to be able to read, decipher, and to do that type of work. So
I'm
thank
sure
you
it
for
was
acknowledging
very
that.
educational.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say a few things too. Yeah, kudos to the team for picking up code from two different teams, actually, not
Mhm.
one, and bringing all together. And I think you guys created actually a path forward to take this project into production. So great job for that. One question I have is the connection piece in the leaderboard. How do you show friends on the leaderboard? Colin, you talked about that piece, and because it's currently by points only, right?
Right. Yeah. So the connection part we were talking about is the team before us had it set where when you create your profile, you can create like an arbitrary username. So it could be like Hello Kitty 2000, you know. And so what I was talking about was we felt it would be like a little less genuine or meaningful if you saw like who's number one on the leaderboard, Hello Kitty. So just like the fact that you can like actually see like who is holding each
Okay.
position. We don't currently have like functionality for seeing your friends. We did put like your tile at the very top so you don't have to scroll through it and find yourself. But that of course is something we could probably also do at some point. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
what by connection.
Okay. Yeah, I thought maybe leaderboard can have a search thing where you can search for your friends and see their points or something. But cool.
Additional functionality.